a lot of the time you're gonna hear people saying that cryptocurrencies is just an investment. And really it's not a sound one at that, because you can't actually purchase anything with Bitcoin or Ethereum like you can with cold hard cash. Well, my friends, it looks like that is starting to change. And this video is gonna fire up all those crypto kids out there because, well, guess what? You can now buy a freaking car with crypto. And all those haters out there that said crypto would never become a legitimate currency, well, it's looking more and more like you were dead wrong. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly why you should consider buying a car with crypto, which dealers are accepting crypto as payment, how you actually pay those dealers, and whether it's really a good idea to buy your next car with Bitcoin, Litecoin, or whatever else you're holding. If you're new here, my name's Brad Danger. This is Ideal Money. Please subscribe and turn on that notification bell because we got a whole lot more content coming at you. And this is how to buy a car with crypto and why I probably am going to do it for my next car. So, you ready? Because I am. Let's go. Now, before we dive headfirst into the question of how to buy a car with cryptocurrency, let's talk about the why you would even want to do that in the first place. Of course, it's always been possible to buy a car with crypto because there was always that option to just cash out of your Coinbase account and then take that cash and go buy a car with it. So why would you want to buy a car directly with cryptocurrency? I mean, what is the advantage? Well, if you've ever used a crypto exchange before, you know that those fees, they can be a bit excessive, especially on Coinbase. So by purchasing a car with crypto directly, you can avoid paying all those fees entirely. And who doesn't want to save a little extra money when you can? Plus, depending on when you choose to purchase your car, you might get a little bit better, a little bit worse deal depending on the price of crypto when you actually transact. Like, let's say that you buy a Mazda Miata with Bitcoin, and then that very next day, the price of Bitcoin tanks. That just means you got an incredible deal on that Miata. So depending on your speculations about the price of a certain crypto, you could try to game the car dealer for a bit of a better price because, well, cryptocurrencies are a lot more volatile than the dollar. So if crypto's going down, it might be best that you go and buy something today you think it's gonna continue to go down. So now that you have a little bit of motivation, let's talk about where and how you can actually buy a car with crypto today. All right, so this might come as a surprise to some of you. And if you're enjoying this video so far, definitely hit that like button. And also if you wanna join the Ideal fam and snag some Ideal tees or hats or slaps, go check it out up here. Because with the rise of popularity of Bitcoin, there have been plenty of dealerships across the grand old United States that have started accepting Bitcoin as payment. For example, if you live in Oklahoma, I feel bad for you. No, I'm just kidding. You can head on down to one of the 18 Bob Moore dealerships and pick up an Audi, a Ford, Jeep, Mazda, Nissan, Porsche, and a bunch of other brands and pay for them with Bitcoin. Or if you want to use Litecoin or Ethereum, they will accept those too. And that's cool that the Bob Moore dealerships are on the cutting edge. Also, you're in luck if you live in Cleveland because you can go to Bernie Moreno's dealerships that sell Benzes and Porsches, and they take Bitcoin as a payment. Post Oak Motor Cars in Texas is also accepting Bitcoin in lieu of their Bentleys and Bugattis. If you're more of an American classics kind of guy, kind of like me, you can go to Classic Recreations in Yukon, Oklahoma, where they specialize in restoring classic Mustangs, which is definitely one of my favorites. And that's not all. You can actually go out and buy a Tesla with Bitcoin. Yes, Tesla, the company, holds over $1.5 billion of its cash reserves in Bitcoin. And they have now started accepting Bitcoin as payment for their trendy EVs. And a new website called bitcars.eu has also sprung up, which is a full online dealership accepting Bitcoin for all kinds of crazy rides. Look at that, you can buy a freaking G-Wagon, a Bentley Continental drop top, or even a Ferrari or Lamborghini Huracan, all with Bitcoin. So the question that's probably burning in your head right now is, when you're buying a car with Bitcoin, how does this all actually work? Like, how do you actually transact? And how do you transfer the crypto to the dealer? All right, well, First things first, before you buy a car with crypto, you need to know what you're buying. And to do that, there's no better place than to start with the Ideal Car Strategies, where in my free 30-minute webinar, I teach you the 7 secrets to buy a car and drive it for free or even make money. So check that out up here, because if you're going to buy a car with crypto, you're gonna need a crypto wallet like Coinbase or eToro. And then you're actually gonna need to have some crypto. Wait, like a ton of crypto, because you're buying a car after all. You can either get Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum, whatever the dealer that you choose accepts. And then you're gonna need to get a transfer app. BitPay is a massively popular transfer app among these dealers. And your independent dealers like the Bob Moores or Bernie Morenos are also using BitPay. Tesla, on the other hand, has chosen to go through BTC Pay, which is more or less the same thing. And both of these apps make it super easy for you to transfer your crypto in a safe and secure way. You just link up your wallet to BitPay or BTC Pay, and then you can transfer Bitcoin to anyone in the world pretty much instantaneously. So it's really simple and easy to buy a car with crypto, honestly. But does that mean that you should do it? Well, it's a little harder to answer that question. You know how it goes. Just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should. Because here's the problem. With the prices of Bitcoin and other cryptos being so volatile, it's hard to know if your investment in your car is going to be a good one. It really depends on the price of that crypto currently. And if it fluctuates a lot, you may have overpaid or underpaid in just a week or two. But there's really no way to know all of the time. And all these dealers that offer you cars for Bitcoin aren't going to pay you in Bitcoin if you want a refund or a buyback. For example, let's say you go on bitcar.eu and buy a car for an amount of Bitcoin that's equal to $10,000. And the very next day, that price of Bitcoin doubles and you write them an email like, hey, I want to trade my car in for the same quantity as Bitcoin. No, you're not going to get 20 grand worth of Bitcoin. You're going to get $10,000 US cash. Now, let's say that you bought that same $10,000 car and the next day the price of Bitcoin goes to flat zero. Well, then you just offloaded a worthless asset and got a free car out of it. Pretty sweet deal, I'd say. Overall, it's just kind of a risky game of speculation. And I'm personally of the opinion that the price of Bitcoin will probably continue to go up. And these car dealers kind of just want to gobble up all the Bitcoins and keep them for themselves. Plus, I think it's a great marketing ploy. But if you currently have Bitcoin and you think it's gonna tank, well then buying a car with that crypto is probably a wise decision. The bottom line is this. No one really knows what's gonna happen to Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency's price. So it is kind of a gamble. But since it's such a cutting edge currency, what do you guys think? Do you think there will be a time when all car dealers and car makers accept crypto as a payment? Or is this just kind of a passing fad? Would you take the risk of buying a car with crypto or just go with, good old hard cash? Let us know down in the comments below. And also, if you enjoyed the vid, please like, and if you're new here, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I'm personally fascinated with all this new crypto and have been watching it turn into something pretty special. Like I said at the beginning, I'm actually considering buying my next car with crypto. And heck, I might take you guys along for the ride as I go through the process of buying that vehicle with crypto. So definitely stick around. I'm Brad Danger, this is Ideal Money, and keep living the ideal lifestyle.